I have not been driving this truck that much, but something that has been annoying since I've owned this truck has been this mirror. It is loose enough such that if I'm driving at highway speeds, it slowly gets pushed in and I always have to adjust it out. So I'm gonna look in here and see if I can figure out a way to make it a little more difficult to move. I've never taken this off and I don't know if it comes off. Oh, it might be easy. Oh, there's a screw. All right. This little screw, I'm taking it out with the T10. Yo, this might be the easiest little maintenance I've done on a vehicle in a while. Let's see, does that? Okay, it comes right off. Is that the only thing that provides resistance to this? I immediately noticed that the plate was bowed and that I couldn't tighten it anymore because it was already touching the other side of the mounting area. Let me see. I'm gonna take these off real quick. Okay, so there's just this plate and it's awfully loose. So this plastic sleeve is what provides the resistance. I'm gonna see what I can do about making this a little thicker. So I searched around the garage and this is in no way an OEM fix, but for my old beat 'em up truck, I'm hoping it will be good enough. I would like to find a new one of these, but that'll be something I search when I'm bored at night. I did have some heat shrink that will fit right over it. So that's gonna make it a little bit thicker and I'm hoping that it provides enough resistance such that on the highway, the window doesn't move. I've already marked the length that I need and blades were closer than scissors. So let's see if I cut it right. The kit only came with 2 of these pieces. Good, I wanted it to be slightly longer than I needed. So I am going to use a heat gun to shrink that around it. And let's see what we got. All right, let's see how tight this makes it. I also had a grommet kit, but I didn't have one that was the right size for this, but that'll be something I'll look for. So that's in, put the plate back on. Oh boy, that does make it a good bit more snug. Let's see if these screws even make it back to their home. Ugh, close. I don't know how long this will last, but it's definitely gonna be more snug. A little tighter still. All right. That has to work. Maybe I'll snug it down a little more. But I think that'll do me. I wish it were black, but it doesn't matter because I'm covering it up. All right, now we're gonna test drive it. Another thing I've been meaning to do on the truck that should be simple, I'm still geeked that the door holds. Anyway, that was another video. This was a cheap radio I got at Walmart for the Golf when I got it. That is an old radio that came with the truck with a tape deck. No Bluetooth, not even CD. So I'm gonna see how quickly I can swap that out. It looks like, ooh, I need to take the tape out before I remove it. I don't know where else I'll play a tape. But I definitely need to take it out. I believe I have Buju Banton in there. It was Buju Banton. Till Shiloh, great album. I wanna be loved, not for who you think I am, not what you want me to be. I just want to take the radio out. Ah, it's coming. All right. Ooh. And it was a splice job. Where did this go to? This would have went to, system remote. Let's see if I can just play match the colors. I should be able to because they're both Pioneer units. Ugh. There's the harness to the car in there. I don't know if I can get it out. Maybe popping this entire thing off is the way to go. Will it come though? Ha! Yes, easy clips. These do look a little easier to remove now. So this white one only has one tab to press. All right, and the black one has one on each side. Oh no, there's a black and a blue. I thought it was one, but no, it's two. So there's this black one, this blue one, and that white one. So this, I'm gonna make this a little neater too. This is what I need to put the old harness, which I brought with me. This was the one that was in the Golf, and I think I can just play match the colors. When I did the Golf the first time, I opted to solder the wires. Makes it nice and neat. Doesn't take up much space. But this time, I'm going to use bullet connectors for modularity, as long as I have 11 of them. So I got 5 right there, 6, 7, yeah, I'll have 11. Stuff like this is always good to keep on hand. I've had something like this for probably 20 years now. Crazy to think that way. But it started when I was in undergrad and I needed various connectors and electrical things. And I always buy 3 or 4 times the amount I need when I do a project because you never know. So I'm gonna cut all these splices off. All right, and since it's in my hand now, I'm gonna, oh, let me cut the other ones off first. And this is the part of the harness that goes to the radio. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 14 that go to the car. I'm just gonna strip the ends of all of these and only the ones over here that have a corresponding mate, meaning the color matches. All right, so that's this one done. So on this one, I don't need to do any oranges. If I eliminate the oranges, are those the only ones that do not have mates? Ah, this blue one might be the odd man out. Yeah, this blue one goes to system remote control. Yeah, so the blue one will not be connected. So, but everything else is going to get stripped. All right, so which side do I want to put the males on? Which one do I want to put the females on? Let's put the males on the radio side because I like to think I'm plugging the radio into the car. Another pro of doing it this way versus splicing or soldering is that if I ever want to upgrade the radio again, I can just unplug this, put some bullet terminals on the other side, and I'm good to go. So I'm gonna play that same game for the rest of these. This is the last one of the male side. And after I crimp each one, give it a tug, not a gorilla tug, but just to make sure it's not gonna pop out. So I'm gonna play the same game with the others. And I might put a little zip tie on this when it's all said and done. And also, I make sure to put the arc of the crimp on the side that is split on the little connector. That way it folds the crimp portion of the connector around the conductor and not away from it. If that's not clear, ask me and I'll try and illustrate it better, but I think you catch my drift. When I was done crimping, I just plugged the male end into the female end, making sure all the colors matched. And the last one is red to red. All right, the black one's a bit long. Some zip ties and we'll be good to go. I'm gonna hook these connectors up first, and thankfully they all have unique shapes. The blue one goes up top here. The white one goes right here. And the black one goes right here in the bottom. Unique shapes, you can't mess them up. And where's the new old radio? So I will put this back on. And these go in these slots here. There's one here and there's one on the other side here. For some reason mine is kind of split open. All right, there we go. Grab the harness and the new radio. And oh, the antenna. So there is the antenna cable. Plug that in last. There's the new radio. There, and ooh, I have this rail. I probably don't need it if this one's installed. So let me take it out. So release that arm and release this one. And that should let this slide out. Yeah. And hopefully that'll let this slide in the other one. Let's see how much Pioneer has changed over the decades. Let's see. Oh, it fits. Not good though, so yeah, I may have to put the other one in here. Oh, I see how the old ones come out now. They are a bit different. Let's see if this slides in and stays. Not really. So let's see what I gotta do to make this work. So there's a series of tabs along this one. So I'm just going to bend them in. There's some underneath as well. I'm gonna have to remember that if I ever take this out. I think that's good enough for my old truck. Look at that. That doesn't look bad at all. All right, let's see if it works. It looks like it. Set up. Yes. All right, let's see. Source. Radio, aux, and Bluetooth. It works.
This hill country is in the spotlight today for Texas. That's the area.
All right, let's try Bluetooth. So this will be the first time I'll have Bluetooth in the truck. It works. If I replace this, it will have either a CD or Android Auto. I would like a screen thing here, but I don't drive this truck that much, but that will be cool. This truck still needs a ton of work, and if you'd like to follow along as I continue to improve and maintain it, hit subscribe. If you would like to see all the things I've already done to this truck, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.